Alright, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be doing the team guide for the up-and-coming Android 13's EZA event, because it should be dropping, I think, tonight on both Global and JP Dokkan. Obviously really exciting, get some free stones, get some free Kais, and then get the medals to awaken the Android 13, who is pretty impressive, by the way. I know with his EZA, he's not as good as he could have been, but he's still a really good unit. He's a great support, and he's really good for a lot of weak teams. Of course, he's got like androids, Target Goku, all those bad extreme class teams that Dokkan never buffs. So definitely really good, especially considering he is a good support. So I definitely do recommend you grinding this EZA event up, not only because you get the stones, get the Kais, and get the medals to EZA him, but also this is going to be very easy. The weakness is Super Saiyans, so most people probably aren't going to struggle with this. In fact, this video is not even going to be that long because most people's Super Saiyans category team is probably really impressive, so you don't need me sitting here talking for 20 minutes about it. So we're going to briefly go over some of the best options you can bring in this EZA event, and then we'll call it a video. So first off, we do have the LR Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. A lot of you probably managed to pull them. I've been seeing so many people show me screenshots of like, they got them first multi, or they got like a multi with like 3 of them within like the first couple hundred stones. So a lot of people managed to pull them. Really good because they are the best unit in this EZA event. Obviously, they did design it that way, so then it would incentivize you to summon on their banner to then be able to do this EZA event, a lot easier. But definitely really good to bring in here. They lead Super Saiyans for a straight 200% buff, so you don't got to worry about the extra 30% thing. Just really convenient for team building. And of course, they're going to be really impressive in here. They're a really good unit. They're probably in like the top 5 range units in the game, so they're going to be really good in this event. EZA events typically aren't that difficult, so when you got a unit like this who's going to be dropping, 15 million attack stats, insane defensively, they're going to be really good. So I definitely do recommend you bring them, if not as double leads, just bring them as one lead as your friend, and then bring, another Super Saiyans lead as your main lead, because there's a lot of good leads for Super Saiyans. I mean, you could bring the Goku changing into Gohan, who I guess we can talk about now. So they're pretty good. The extra 30% goes to Android/Cell Saga, and they also have type disadvantage. So not only are most of the people on their team not going to get the full 200% buff, but them themselves aren't really going to be doing that much damage. There is the exchange where you go into Gohan, and don't get me wrong, he's really impressive once you get this, but it's an EZA event, so you're not really going to get the chance to perform 3 supers in the fight most of the time. Maybe on stage like 31, or if you're going past stage 31, you might be able to get the exchange off a couple times, but most of the time, you're not going to get this, and you're just going to be stuck with the Goku. And the Goku is by no means bad, but he's just not going to be doing that much damage, because he doesn't have crits built in, and then also he's got type disadvantage, so unfortunately, not really going to be dishing out that much damage, but his defense is good. He's got the dodge, so you definitely don't have to worry about that. And then next up, we do have LR Namek Goku. LR Namek Goku's still a really good unit. I mean, not a whole lot to complain about. He's stacking defense. He's got the additionals built in slot 1 after he receives that attack. And then he's got the active skill. You're probably not going to get the active skill in the fight that often, but still, he's got it in his back pocket just in case, you want to pop it and use it or something. So definitely a good unit to bring. Leads Super Saiyans for 170% HP and attack, and then 150% defense. I know 150% defense does kind of suck, but it's an EZA event. You don't need to have, 170 or 200% the stats. You could realistically get away with a 130% lead, just because, again, EZA events are not difficult whatsoever, at least for the first 30 stages, which is what most people are doing. So you should be able to get away with running this guy as a lead, and then, like I mentioned before, bring the Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks as the friend lead, so then you're still getting some good stats for the whole team, and then you get to bring this guy, who obviously is really impressive. So definitely very good with Namek Goku. I'm sure a lot of you have him. He's on a lot of these big-time celebration banners, like Worldwide, Anniversary. I think he's on New Year's, or he's going to be on this New Year's banners as well. So a lot of good banners that he's been on, so I'm sure a lot of you have him. So you definitely should throw him on the team. And then next up, we do have the EZA Namek Goku. Yeah, just a good unit to bring. Not really much else to say, right? You're not going to get this most of the time, but if you do manage to get it, it'll be pretty good. He's got type disadvantage, similar to the Goku exchange into Gohan. So same thing with them, not going to be doing that much damage, but if you want to bring him as a lead, you definitely could make it work. Just straight up 170% to Super Saiyans and Planet Namek Saga, so obviously it makes him very good in this event. Yeah, that's pretty much it, because he doesn't really have a whole lot going for him. You can see his pre-transform passive is very, very short. He's a little bit of a support on his super attack effect, so that's pretty useful, but I mean, really, you're just running him as a lead if he's your only option for a lead, and then if that's not the case, you probably just shouldn't bring him on the team, because like I said, you're not really going to get the transformation that much with him, and it's going to be kind of difficult to like do crits and stuff with him, because he doesn't have any built-in crits, at least in his base form, so probably don't bring him unless you need to run him as a lead, but if you got to throw him on the team, he still should be fine. Defensively, he's definitely going to be fine. I'm just saying offensively, you probably could replace him with some better options. But then next up, we've got the Carnival LR Goku, the tech one. So this guy's going to be really good in here. He's got type advantage. He's stacking defense. Offensively, he's good. And defensively, obviously, he's good as well. But, I mean, he's got type advantage. So even if he wasn't good defensively, it wouldn't really matter. So good unit to bring. He's got the revive. You're not getting the revive in here because you're just not going to die. EZA events are not difficult whatsoever. You might be able to make a sub-team with, like, powerful comeback if you don't have any of the other leads I talked about. Maybe. I don't know who else is on Super Saiyans. I mean, you've got the physical Goku and Vegeta here. You've got Namek Goku. You've got the Goku and Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie. So a couple good options on Super Saiyans, actually. So you might be able to build somewhat of a good sub-team with this guy if you need to. But if you've got any of the other people I mentioned, probably just run them as a lead because, of course, you could just bring actual Super Saiyans units. And it's a little bit better in terms of your team building options. So very good unit to bring. If you want to just chuck him on the team, I do recommend that because not only is he an LR who does a good amount of damage, but he's got type advantage. So, of course, he's going to be putting a lot of work in this event because, again, I've said it like a million times, but EZA events just aren't really that difficult. And then after him, we've got Gobros. So Gobros, really good. They can do a lot of damage once they're built up. They're pretty much unstoppable. They're just going to be so insane. It's kind of difficult to fully build up with them because you have to do, I think, 10 attacks. So it's going to take a minute to fully build up with them. And of course, these EZA events aren't really going on for that long. So you might not fully build up with them in most of these fights, but still, with all the additionals they have built in, with all the stats they get on Super, they're going to be really impressive. You might be able to get their active skill once or twice, but it's probably not going to be, anything consistent that you're going to get. But between all the additionals and all that, and between them having type advantage, good unit to bring, and I'm sure a lot of you have them. Of course, they've been out for a while, so most of you probably can just kind of throw them on the team and just let them do their thing. And then finally, we do have the LR Goku and Gohan. Yeah, very similar to Gobros, actually, just a really high damaging unit, and they've got type advantage, so can't really go wrong with bringing them. They do get that 5% chance to crit with every key sphere obtained as well, I think. I don't know, I might be wrong. I haven't read their passive in a while. Yeah, they get the 5% attack and defense and 5% chance to crit per key sphere obtained. So if you're dropping these 10 million attack stats with crits, and you've got type advantage, and they're an LR, and you can link them up next to someone pretty good. I mean, most of these units are probably going to link pretty well together. Of course, they share, like, Super Saiyan. They're probably going to share, like, All in the Family, Fierce Battle, maybe Legendary Power, something like that. So you got a lot of links activated with this guy, and then all the other things I mentioned. He's going to be dropping crazy attack stats, doing some crazy damage, and then with also the crits and additionals, going to be a very good unit to bring. So I guess that pretty much has been the video. Like I mentioned, really quick, not really that much to talk about. There's so many other good units you could bring on here. But the main purpose of this video is just to let you know Super Saiyans is the category weakness for this. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your team's going to be looking like, and I'll catch you on the next one.